We'll find out. Let's get into game number 4, Artosis. I don't know, but we'll find out soon.
18 Giga Internet, ASL Season 4.
Gotta miss you like hell. I was wrong, I can tell. For the heart can be blind and frozen. Now I left was the fight every night, every day.
And here we are on the same side of our map Gladiator. That is Larva. He is spawning as the Zerg player down at the bottom left-hand corner. Upper right-hand corner is our Protoss player, Bisu.
Yes.
Scratching his head.
Okay.
Nice catch there, camera guys. Perfect angle and timing, as always.
I would scratch Bisu's head.
I would too. He is a very attractive young man. Very well dressed here tonight as well. You know what the word is for that? I just learned this. This is the word of the day, Artosis.
Huh.
If you are well dressed, it means you are sartorial.
Sartorial?
Big fan. I believe that has to do with like characteristics with like clothing, if I am not mistaken.
Okay. You
I
are
rarely
quite
am.
sartorial today, to be honest.
I
Not this weird suit thing, this half suit that they put us in.
Oh
but
no, my actual clothes that I get to choose.
Oh,
I should have just worn the Artosis shirt up here.
Rapid wore an Artosis shirt to work today. It was
Yeah.
like really funny.
It's from Todd's Caster Invitational.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick. It's my good luck charm. I actually wore that while you were gone so that it felt like I was casting with you in spirit, Artosis.
So sweet.
I was wearing Tasteless's jacket and that shirt, and it was like, we got a little tri-cast going on here, but you guys were 10,000 miles away. But now you're back.
Is that how far California is from here? 10,000 miles?
That's Texas. I don't know about California.
Oh, so it'd be probably a little bit less then.
I guess. I don't
Consider
measure
Texas
these
is
things.
further away. You don't need to measure it. You can just look at a map.
It's a much big distance, Artosis.
Yeah, much big.
I count it. So this is a very lost probe down there, taking the long route, scenic route around every single one of the pizza wedges. You know, while we kind of wait for this game to transpire here, where are we gonna see this? Oh, the drone was hiding. That's not how you play hide and seek, drone.
No.
Comes out at the worst possible moment.
Blocks the hatch there with the pylon, and we'll just jot into the main base here. Sees exactly what he expects. And gonna have to throw down a cannon at home here as well, probably. Oh, actually 2 drones pop out of there. Look at that.
Okay, wow. So the pylon, will it finish? Okay, no, that's gonna cancel.
Look at that probe micro. Oh my god.
Getting a little bit worried there for a second. And who's gonna like let that pylon finish and go for something else super crazy? But no, just cannoning up back at home and looking for the Forge Passing Span.
So look at that base that we actually see out of Larva. That is a natural expansion to that bottom right main.
Right.
So kind of interesting seeing him take that right away. But it makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
This is a style that Larva quite likes, not necessarily making his first hatch there, but he was blocked, right? So that's fine.
Right.
But his third hatch, sometimes he does this. And this was actually, I was talking about this because Gold Rush sometimes can be a good map for that, where you make your third another natural. And what happens is, if you can defend that, you get a free 4th. And when you got 4 bases as Zerg, if you're turtling, you can kind of hold on for, like, I don't want to say forever, but almost forever.
Yeah, whatever is right before forever.
Yeah.
The limit of that thing is forever. It's just like
There you go. It's like
you can be survive for a very long time. And
it's oh my god, my brain is so slow right now. I'm so sorry. There's this the asymptote. There we go. Asymptote. Okay.
there we go. We got there eventually.
I got it. Woo! Okay.
That can also be the word of the day.
Yeah. If I had not just switched like 12 time zones again, I would have had a really good asymptote joke in there. But anyways, you'll just have to trust me, Rapid. Another time.
All right, we'll save that one for later. It's gonna be like kimchi. You know, it's not good at the beginning. You gotta let it sit and like ferment for a while.
Yes.
That'll come out later, and it will be the funniest
Well,
joke.
we'll go with that.
All right. So 2 bases, but Bisu thinks it's 2 bases. It's actually 3 because he has not been down there to scout out that sneaky little third at the natural.
He's poking around, taking a look at
He knows
where it
that
might
something's up. There's something else out there that he hasn't found yet.
His screen, like one of the fun things to do is watch the boxes jot around.
Oh, yeah.
And his screen actually jotted to the place it is, so he has an idea that it's there.
He's thinking that there's something down in this bottom right-hand corner, and so the probe will get down there and finally see, yeah, there's a base up, and all of a sudden everything just makes sense.
And seeing that, I think that Bisu has to assess this rather quickly, that this absolutely can turn into one of these gigantic kind of turtley games, somewhat similar to what we saw on Crossing Field. And he goes into double Stargate. Look at this.
Ooh, okay, now...
Oh, this is really super awesome. Double Stargate, man. Like, when he goes double Stargate, obviously, you know, the Scourge, if you catch, like, a Corsair when they're going double Stargate, it's almost more powerful in a way because you're trying to get a critical mass of Corsairs where you can just really delete Overlords. You start supply blocking them quite a bit, and their hatcheries are this far apart.
Yeah.
You can get in trouble super fast as Zerg.
Makes it very difficult to defend, and you know, also if you're able to keep Overlords out of your base for long enough, then the Zerg player has just no idea how many Corsairs to expect, what tech you're going for. It really becomes a big mystery here. One Corsair really doesn't tell Larva anything, but if Bisu either like builds up, what do you call that, kind of a
critical mass?
Yeah, builds up a critical mass of Corsairs. You bust out and kill every Overlord. It's one sad Zerg player right there.
If you get up to 9+1 Corsairs, you one-shot Scourge. So, and Corsairs fire rather quickly. So that's like where it gets pretty crazy.
Would you say they fire rapidly? Yes, they do. Thank you, Artosis.
Like,
there we go.
Quickly. Oh, I get it.
It was that bad. All right, so here come the first two Scourge. They will be in time to catch that Corsair, but they don't actually, but they do scout both of the Stargates flashing. Actually, one of them is not flashing right now, so that is a very important bit of information for Larva to gain.
Oh, this is super funny that Single Saw is up here, really hurting that mining time a bit. Two more are headed down as well, and we should be seeing, okay, there's some additional Scourge popping out, but I feel like we should be seeing a Spore at the two natural bases, just to kind of keep those Corsairs at bay, keep detection up. When you have this many Corsairs out, once you do get those DTs, you're going to be able to kill Overlords relatively easily.
That is correct. You know, the great SimCity at the natural expansion, beautiful wall being constructed there. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, there's more spores being morphed, and those are not all going to be sunken. So seeing those, getting a scout, seeing double Stargate, very, very crucial information. And now Larva is just super solid against that. He's got spores coming up. He's got tons of Scourge in the air, and this is going to be difficult to make work. Although Bisu killing off all those Scourge, he's going to have a great angle on these Scourge as well.
Yeah, look at this. He's really hitting this crazy. Oh, big mistake there.
Heartbreaking.
He's hitting this crazy amount. Look at that double Spore right there as well. But with this many Corsairs, man, look at how many he has. Look at these Scourge just
what are you
blow
gonna do?
up.
Yeah, no, the Scourge just explode.
Well, you're going to stop making Scourge. That's the first thing you're going to do.
I love the double spores at every single base. Beautiful reaction, and it's the respect.
Well, yeah, otherwise you're going to lose every single Overlord and be permanent supply block. Like, one Spore is not going to stop these. Look at this. Two Spores, he still kills them so quickly.
Oh, and look at what Bisu's doing. He finds out which Corsair is being targeted and is able to pull them back before they die. He did lose one right there, but he saved another 2 or 3, so beautiful control and killing more and more Overlord. Larva's supply blocked at 30.
Yeah, it's so funny because hatcheries give you a supply, right? So you have to have Overlords. It's just that simple. And when Bisu makes this many Corsairs, it becomes hard. So it makes a lot of sense that he's making so many Spores, but now he's got to remake his Overlords. And, you know, as long as he can hold on, he'll be all right.
And keep in mind, I did get confirmation, this Gladiator is the map that Bisu vetoed. So he is trying to not play on here. And now we have gone to game number 4. We are here on the map that he vetoed, and he is coming out with a very strong anti-air strat.
Yeah, you know, I think that this strategy was super specific for this map. And the thing I've seen some Protosses have hard times against Zergs on this map specifically is when they take that third base. Like, how do you defend that as Protoss? If you take that low ground, they're kind of flanking you from 2 sides. And anyways, I like the fact that he's really mixed it up with this double Stargate play that isn't really that common right now.
Yeah, he has stopped making Scourge at home. That's what those two, or he stopped making Corsairs at home. That's what those two Scourge were in there to see. And he is just running around trying to hunt as many Overlords as possible while taking a third base behind it.
Okay, that third base going to be very important for him to get up. Obviously, getting Psy Storm going to be important at this point. And okay, so he's going Robo as well. And obviously, you're going to need a Robo if you're going to do any sort of drop play. Drop play this game would probably be aimed at that bottom right main base.
Right.
The bottom left main that he actually started in, it's kind of like that's going to be hard to get anything to because there's kind of this area in between where you could get caught. But
oh, running by! The Zealots get pulled out from blocking that. He's going to target this cannon down. A decent surround there. That one Zergling taking it out, and this is going to be difficult to deal with. Lots of great information there for Bisu, or for Larva.
They're going to end up cleaning out these Zerglings finally. Sees those High Templars as well as the Robo. Lots of Hydras out right now, against which the Corsairs are not going to be that helpful. But you do have to bring a lot of Overlords with you, because if he erases them all, then a DT does ruin your day.
Indeed it does. Just now starting an observatory too for Bisu, so he is trying to get, he realizes, he's going to need observers. Post-haste, this is very dangerous probes way out there in the middle of the map, but they will make their way to the third base as it just now gets saturated. Bisu, his High Templar is defending back at home, and as his Dark Templar heads out onto the map.
And this turtle style that we're seeing out of Larva, I just love it. Like this building placement on everything, you just can't really kill him with Zealot-based armies. And that's, I mean, early on in mid-game as well, your army as Protoss is Zealot-based because you need Psy Storm no matter what, which just kind of leaves you with minerals to make Zealots. So, like, Larva is very unkillable at the moment.
Yeah, super unkillable. I think that's even, I thought it was a full wall off at the third base that he took down at the 6 o'clock, so he is just really kind of battening up the hatches. Now look at this. Oh man, I thought he was actually going to catch those Corsairs out, but he has cloned a couple of Scourge onto them to kind of chase them away and see what the next move is. Bisu looks like he's trying to press out and maybe head towards that natural expansion, but man, that is just airtight.
Very nice spreading by Larva right now. If you kind of look at the mini-map, sending out blue dots everywhere, just some Zerglings here and there to spot what's going on. He's keeping Overlords with his Hydra groups, picking off any DTs that are on the map.
Wow, look at that. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Sunkens?
His drone count is serious, and I love the little groups of Hydras, like especially that bottom right main. He realizes that is the weak point in his defense, and that's why he's had a bunch of Hydras down there with an Overlord for quite a bit. Like if shuttles try to come in and he picks one off, his lead gets bigger and bigger.
It might sound weird to say that Larva has a lead when you look at the supply and you can see that he's like 50 or 60 supply down, but it's the idea that he has so much infrastructure in place that there's not a whole lot that even this large supply lead that Bisu has can do.
Yeah, it's a good thing that you're clarifying actually, because when I say lead, he doesn't actually technically have a lead, I would say. It's more like the army that Bisu has made can't really kill him, right? So even though he has this huge army supply, Bisu does, what is he going to do with it at the moment?
Bisu got a kind of late observatory, and so I think that was really the only observer he had with his army.
Oh!
There's none out here. Needs to burrow the lurkers, needs to burrow the lurkers, no!
Well...
Okay, never mind.
I mean,
that's pretty bad.
That hurts. He just lost like 5 lurkers there. There was a decent sized storm. He did lose a hatch to the Dragoons, which was a really cool move. And that means, of course, that these Sunkens can be attacked a lot more easily by Zealots.
Yeah, if Larva burrows those lurkers, Bisu takes major damage. Like I said, there weren't really any observers out, and so that would have been really significant. But now there's only these tiny clumps of Hydras. Bisu is not afraid of them, and Larva really has to,
well, Larva's running around with like a funny group of units that can't really do too much. And he's lost a lot of his units that were quite important here. So Bisu actually, I mean, he's doing a pretty good job. And with this many eggs about to hatch.
Oh, and I love it. Storming the lurker eggs. Storm does deal lots of damage to those, and just trying to stay alive, trying to secure this base against an incredibly powerful Protoss force.
The burrow on these lurkers a little bit too late here, being completely surrounded. The observer's just sitting there, and Larva just kind of like dying to his own SimCity, dying to his own lurker placement so far here. Like he had, like, if his units are sitting behind all this stuff, he never, ever, 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 ever dies to this.
Right.
But as is, he was kind of out in the map. And, I mean, you see what's happened.
Yeah, these storms just being placed perfectly in the funnels that the SimCity creates. And it looks like finally the lurkers do come through the Nidus in time to hang on, but just barely.
And look, the thing is, he still holds on. Imagine if he had 11 or 12 more lurkers, which is what he lost doing nothing with, right?
Yeah, he just
11 or 12 more lurkers, like, Bisu doesn't even attack. He's just like, well, I don't know. I can't do
there's nothing
here.
I can do. Yeah, and he's just like,
I may as well go Arbiter. Like, that's, you know.
Stasis the lurker.
Do a recall into a main base, maybe? I mean, you're not breaking the front with ground units, that's for sure.
Like, well, gosh, maybe I just build carriers this game. I don't know. But, I love the lurker egg morph on the ramp. It's going to take quite a few storms to try to block that. A second morph. Beautiful play, but eventually Bisu breaks through.
Super cool moves by Larva, but unable to take down this Nexus right now.
It was close, though.
And Bisu's up 90 supply, man.
That is quite a bit.
Yeah,
You're going to have to build a lot of Sunkens to make up for that. Bisu has taken this 4th base. Larva is just desperate to try to postpone, but wasn't able to, and things are starting to look good. We talked about how long a Zerg player can survive on 4 bases.
Yeah,
We're kind of reaching the end of that period.
Yeah, it is funny too, right? Because again, he lost so many lurkers. Like I'm not even sure the exact count, right? It was like 5 in the middle, and then we saw something like 9 eggs morphing in front of his 3rd, and those all died doing nothing.
And now he still has maybe like 5 or 6 lurkers in his army, so that's just a lot.
And he's technically still alive, but he does know that this time is kind of running out. He can't sit forever behind these sunks. But he's lost so much army trying to do things at this point that Bisu's just massive supply. It's hard for me to believe that Larva's going to be able to take too much more right now. Like, this base he's trying to take cannot Bisu just run in and kill it?
Bisu's going to run in and presser this base that he has to save while simultaneously dropping Zealots and either High Templar or Dark Templar into the main. No, it's actually all Zealots. They are going to run in and start to massacre this drone line or even pick off key tech structures.
All right, going after that spawning pool right now. Bisu's still moving his army throughout the map. Looks like he didn't want to... he actually forced to cancel, never mind, on that 5th base. So no big surprise there. Oh, God, this could be dirty.
Oh no, this is a storm drop. This is the Nestle Wonder Ball drop. You gotta open it up and see what's inside. A storm does come out right on that gas line, takes out several drones, but round number 2 is what's gonna be so scary. There it goes. Ooh. Okay, I thought that was gonna be way worse.
Those drones were taking a bit to return those minerals. Okay, so the Bisu continuing to have map control right now, but the full tech of Larva is coming out. He's gonna have his defilers out at this point. And with those, I mean, it becomes easier and easier for him to get these additional expansions up. Of course, he has a gas space in between all of his bases here. That might be one he wants to go for pretty soon, but also those 2 mineral bases. If he can just kind of like get a little bit more of a foothold, he's going to be feeling a lot better about this game.
And here comes Larva's drone to take that 6 o'clock expansion. And with Dark Swarm out, that is going to make it a lot easier to defend. But, I mean, Zealots still deal damage underneath it. You're seeing these Archons mixed in more and more. And, Psy Storm under Dark Swarm still does damage as well. So Bisu does have options. This is not just going to guarantee him another base.
Ooh, another Kinder Egg shuttle there. Wonder what's inside.
Yeah, that's always the mystery. That's why, I'm kind of glad I did my own little soapbox about things like production tabs and army tabs and things like that while you were gone, but it is, like, the mystery is a large part of the entertainment for me of watching
absolutely.
this. It's like, what's in the shuttle? It's like, what's coming out of the gateways or the eggs.
Yeah. What's in the box,
Exactly.
It's just like,
there's an entire subreddit dedicated to that, so it's a pretty compelling process.
Certainly it is. Suspense, a great part of StarCraft 1. Corsairs still flying around, still such a fleet of Corsairs, very strong, much wow. But with all these cannons coming up and those Psy Storms there, the rest of the army coming up as well, Larva's not going to be able to break this, and he realizes that quickly and turns around. A very good decision here.
Yeah, there's no shame in running away. Like, even if you lose a few things in retreat, it's better than losing everything and trying to fight a fight you can't win.
What is that quote about the better part of valor?
Discretion is the better part of valor.
The better part of valor. There you go. Thank you.
Yeah, he who fights and runs away can run away another day.
Yes. Or fight another day, possibly.
Well, yeah, but
once he
sick
runs the Protoss out of minerals.
What is the maximum number of colors of goo in Brood War? I think it's 3 because you've got red goo, you've got green goo, you've got purple goo.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I believe you're right about that. Let me think.
You got
that's all the goo.
It's snare, plague, and corruption, right?
Well, to be fair, like Maelstrom is like a yellowy, glowy thing that's almost goo,
it's
but
like
not
a
quite
spinny
goo.
circle.
It's certainly not goo, but like I mean, it is like a thing that goes on it, and then Irradiate is not truly goo. It's more of a gaseous looking thing.
Yeah,
but, you know,
we have a maximum of 2 possible goos in this game, but. Okay, I thought that was GG. I was like, no. This is not when you GG. Sorry.
Oh, certainly not. He's really fought his way back in
Yeah.
here after losing all those lurkers and having a hard time getting his 5th up. But he's up at 185 supply. He's got his defilers. He's got great upgrades going. This is a crazy epic macro game once again. I'm loving this one.
Just like game number 2, Artosis, you get a chance to see where Larva's true power really kicks in. You know, like how hard he can defend, and even though he did lose a bunch of those lurkers, like imagine if he had kept those lurkers, he's fought his way back. How much farther ahead? How much more far ahead would he be?
Oh yeah, no, well, the thing is, he would have been able. It looks like Larva has to change his mouse, by the way, guys. But you know, if he had those lurkers, he could have either attacked somewhere or taken a position on the map or taken another base more quickly, right? So that would have been very good. But
it all
he kind of, you know, even though he was 90 supply down after that, he kind of just fought back, did a good job, and got himself in this position. I do want to point out that I think one of my favorite moves this game, that group of Hydras that was in that bottom right main base, right? Like he had that group in there. He was kind of. The Corsairs were kind of patrolling over there. They're trying to see, do you have stuff here, right? Like, it was really the only place that Bisu might be able to attack, might be able to get some damage done. I mean, we've seen him drop. He got, like, a spawning pool in the main and stuff, right? Like, he did a little storm drop at the 3rd. Woo! You know. But anyways, this is such an important part. The more Bisu games you watch, the more you'll realize that he oftentimes, even though he does, like, everything super well, a lot of his victories are like a shuttle or 2 get in and get some sick damage done, and his macro keeps up and his micro keeps up, and eventually the Zerg's like, oh, I just don't have enough.
Yeah.
Right? But
it only takes 1.
Yeah, even though Larva lost some units, he's all right. Like, he's lived through that, and this is looking like a great game, man.
Yeah, if you can only take a little damage sometimes, especially against Bisu, that is very, very crucial. So we have switched out Larva's mouse. He is good to go, and it looks like our game will continue as Bisu now is pressing down to try to keep Larva from taking another base. Play goes off on Dragoons and Zealots up top, but great storms on the Hydras down on the bottom. Looks like those defilers, one of them getting taken out, but here comes that infamous Bisu shuttle.
All right, what can this shuttle get done? Let's see where he goes. To the right.
All right, he does sneak right by that Spore. It is a High Templar that gets dropped. One storm kills off a couple, and the entire drone line getting massacred. The shuttle continues. There's 2 more Dark Templar. Beautiful storms killing everything.
Dude. Whoa. Oh my God, those storms are awesome.
And he's pushing at the same time. Artosis, this is like Larva Bisuing Bisu.
Well, Larva is seeing what he can get done here. It doesn't look like a whole lot. That army, that is a lot of High Templars, Archons, and even Reavers in the mix. So very hard to deal with. This is so funny.
This is
I
like
love it, man.
When you
look
look
at that. Hey, welcome to Terran.
Hey, yeah. If only Terrans had Archons that could deal damage under Darkstorm, that would be pretty good.
Well, Archons are funny because they are ranged, but they have splash. So things that are underground that, like, for instance, if you have siege tanks attacking a single lurker under Darkstorm, they aren't hitting anything. But they're like just straight missing. But if you're like hitting something next to it, splashing it, anyways.
That
splash damage in Darkstorms is funny and confusing sometimes. But yeah, that was...
There's a traitor Hydralisk in Larva's army. He consumed it instead of a Zergling just to get that extra energy. But he has rooted out the mole, or the Hydra in this case. He's got all the energy he needs to keep the push on. He is meeting Bisu head on, applying it directly to his army's forehead, burrowing the lurkers on top of the high ground and pushing Bisu back even through his storms.
Head on.
Yeah.
Well, look at this. The Darkstorm Lurker, very, very good in this situation because this army is so strong except against Darkstorm. Really? Like, I mean, the Archons do a little bit, but you need Psystorm, you need... Oh, man, all his Corsairs dying as well. But you need Psy Storm, you need Reaver shots to really clear out this type of army. Zealots aren't going to do this well, so this is some great positional play that we actually see coming out of Larva here. But Bisu making great moves as well, like having a Robo over here so he can reinforce Reavers at this crucial top right area. This is what Larva has in the bottom left, Bisu's trying to make here in the top right.
Plague goes down and catches a lot of the cannons, but look at those Scarabs, man. Just such crucial hits.
Look at how many lurkers he has here. It's crazy. Loses his observers, unfortunately. Great micro by Bisu.
Yeah, good control. His cannons will be very easy to take down, but I mean it's Protoss, so the shields are not degraded by the Plague.
That's right. I mean, these still will die quickly, but they add that extra firepower, right? They stall things out so Scarabs can hit them as well. Look at this play. Oh, I love this.
That looks like your Marines, Artosis.
Yeah.
Lots of great splash damage. Oh, a great Plague does hit the Reavers. Those are very, very... Oh, wow. He actually saves both of them, even though they had 1 HP. Great control here by Bisu, keeping this base alive.
Dude, he just plagues everything, man. This push by Larva is super scary, but having this many Reavers and their Bisu Reavers.
Now there are a lot of storms here. Can he take down the lurkers? Looks like a couple do complete their burrow, and now the Crackling's running in under the Dark Swarm.
Oh, those cannons are going to be mincemeat in a matter of seconds here, but a counterattack from Bisu going down on the other side. The Reavers should eventually hold on against everything here, which is kind of nice, but where does Bisu actually attack with his main army?
He's got 20 kills on one of those Reavers and 12 on the other, and they both have 2 HP, Artosis.
Look at his upgrades as well. 3-2-2 up against 3-3-3 for Zerg.
Oh my god. All right, trying to snipe off those observers. One does get taken down. There's only one more left in this army. Larva looks like he is kind of getting sandwiched there as his lurkers do get stormed out. Bisu continuing to press forward. It's 180 to 153 supply as Bisu continues to push it with this huge Archon force.
Yeah, still, Larva is macroing like a madman. A lot of units are coming, but they aren't here right now. And Bisu looking extremely cost-efficient during this fight.
Yeah, great storms. It seems just like a non-stop thunderstorm here for Bisu. And, I mean, Larva's kind of starting to hear how it's going. The Reavers continuing to get dropped out here. These are, I think, new Reavers. Oh, my God. Look at those storms, Artosis. It's so much damage.
Just madness. So many High Templars left over here as well. He finally kills off this base. A lot of lurkers going down. Larva continuing to produce as quickly as he possibly can, but his bank is getting a little bit lower here.
Now, you know, it might look kind of unfair to just see Infinity Storms come out of the Protoss player, but if you truly do have to have a long time to build up that many High Templar, because once the High Templar casts a storm, it just kind of sits there. So it takes time. You have to invest earlier in that unit, and things like this. Great storm drops have allowed Bisu the time that he needs to build up so many High Templar.
He's got quite a few of those as well. Speed shuttle. Oh,
whoa! He gets it off. There's the storm, but it only catches one drone.
Okay, but you know what? He's putting in the time. He's putting in the effort with these. I'm a little bit nervous about this group of units. This is an expensive, high-tech force. And I feel like Larva might be able to just erase that before reinforcements get down there.
You know, Bisu did a lot of damage when he did push forward, but he was, for the most part, only killing like the army that Larva has. He was not actually... Oh, wow, there's no shuttle with these Reavers. Okay, bye-bye, Reavers. Yeah, those do not pass go. They don't collect 200 minerals. They get taken out. But yeah, Bisu's only killing Larva's army, so he's really not damaging the economy all that much, aside from those drops.
And that top right area is where it's really important for Bisu, and that's why he has so many Reavers there. That's like the area, whoever holds that, like for instance, if Larva took that, 100% wins the game. But Bisu holding on, his economy is just crazy. He has so much going on. It doesn't even have good probe saturation up there yet.
And look at that gas bank that Bisu has, like 3,000. You just cannot spend it as fast as he's getting it. That's why you see so many High Templar, so many Archons, because you just got to get rid of that gas. But, you know, Larva has options as well. A great Plague there, but actually not that great.
Oh my god.
The huge storms, again, continue to devastate the lurkers. Every single lurker taken out. And look at these Zealots, Artosis, getting so much damage done.
Oh, these Reavers have been crazy as well. It's just Bisu throwing his minerals into these Zealots, being all over the place. Larva's falling apart, man. I feel like this is going to be it.
Oh, huge Scarabs decimating the drone line. Not even a tenth of them left, so no, that's not correct. But they all die, and that's gonna do it. GG, Larva taps out. Bisu is your third place finisher in this season's ASL.
Dude, great play by both these guys. Nice, seriously great play. So impressed. What a fun series this was, but Bisu, you know, the favored player, ends up taking down Larva 3-1. But I mean, Larva really put up great fights. This is just a nice night. Even if this is his last pro match for the next few years.
Yeah, and both players can truly be proud of their performances here. Regardless of win or lose, they both got a chance to show really what makes them great. For Larva, incredible defensive play, great macro, able to hold his own against the best Protoss in the world here in the ASL, take him all the way to a game number 4, and really even almost take him out there, but in the end, Bisu does uphold his pedigree and survive to win the match.